What's up YouTube, James Baek here, welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. Today we're using the Xerneas Lunala team, once again with Xerneas, Lunala, Toxicroak, Crobat, Kartana, and Hitmontop. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, I highly recommend go checking them out. But yeah, as I mentioned, videos have been going to be slowing down, and they're probably going to be still slowing down a bit. I'm going to try to have a video every other day, but currently right now is time where it's really close to Brazil. I'm leaving tomorrow, actually, the day I'm recording this, so yeah, so I don't exactly have much time on my hands right now, so I have very limited time. I also got, I had to take 2 midterms and a quiz the day I leave for Brazil. So yeah, it's been pretty tough so far. Yeah, I really haven't had much time in general as we go against our first opponent from Italy, 1734 rating. But yeah, still gonna try to make sure I at least have some videos up, because I don't want to leave like a week without videos, because I really don't think anyone would enjoy that, and I definitely don't want to do that. So we got the standard team here: Solgaleo, Venusaur, Toxicroak, Tapu Fini, Zygarde, and the Incineroar. What am I looking good for right now? I'm looking at Lunala. Lunala looks amazing here. So does Hitmontop, Xerneas, and I'm thinking Kartana. We did the same thing. I remember my opponent last time leading Solgaleo and Incineroar. I'm really liking the Lunala plus Hitmontop lead. I think that would be really good against my opponent. And I think I will go with that lead. Did I like Toxicroak? I mean, Toxicroak wouldn't be too bad in this matchup. It hits the Incineroar. I'm not sure if Zygarde comes, because Hitmontop and Crobat are kind of annoying Pokemon for it to handle, especially since Hitmontop kind of walls Zygarde. Venusaur is probably not coming from my opponent. I'd imagine it's the same 4 from the last time. Solgaleo, Incineroar, Tapu Fini, and probably the Toxicroak on my opponent's side. So I think Toxicroak would be a good mon, but I think Kartana and Xerneas are just too good to pass up, because Xerneas can just put on a lot of pressure if I just get rid of Solgaleo. And again, it's really easy to set up with my Xerneas. I feel like if I can get rid of Solgaleo, because I do have the Lunala that always threatens the KO on Solgaleo. I'm pretty sure that always threatens the KO. I mean, Moongeist Beam Specs does 75% in Necrozma Dust Mains that are bulky. And Solgaleo doesn't have the Prism Armor ability, as we're going to see Zygarde plus the Incineroar, huh? Okay. What do I want to do here? Specs is going to put that Zygarde in range of my Moonblast. I don't want to do that. I mean, Specs Moongeist Beam into the Zygarde would probably put it in range of its complete form. Not exactly the best shape for me. I think I'd rather just go for the Fake Out Moongeist Beam into the Incineroar. I kind of want to weaken the Incineroar. I'm not really too threatened by the Zygarde, since I do have the Xerneas in the back. I think I'm just going to target down the Incineroar. I can see my opponent throwing off 1,000 arrows. What? It's faster? I mean, that's fine. I get the eject button out. Was not expecting that, actually. I will bring out the Kartana here because... Or I could bring out Xerneas right away. I wish I could have gotten the Moongeist Beam off. That's a really fast Incineroar. I don't think it has that much bulk as then. I'm going to go Kartana here, because I can throw off a Moongeist Beam into the Incineroar. And then Sacred Sword should be able to knock it out if it's that fast. I mean, you need a lot of investment to outspeed my Hitmontop. It's like... maybe about at least 84 EVs. I want to say that. Yeah, Sacred Sword should KO it at that range. We are going to see 1,000 arrows come out. I have multiple plays here. I can go Hitmontop again. I'm not really too worried about Zygarde setting up. I do have Xerneas in the back. I do have a Hitmontop which pretty much prevents Zygarde from doing much, which is why I'm not really afraid of it. I think I'm just going to go for a Sacred Sword and Moongeist Beam combination in the Incineroar. It covers every switch. Nothing wants to switch into this. Incineroar will go down, I believe, to the Sacred Sword. Fini is going to take a lot. Yeah, we're going to see Incineroar switch out, which is fine too. And then Fini. I could have Leaf Bladed, and I kind of wanted to Leaf Blade. But, I mean, really, if I could have got rid of Incineroar, I'm going to go for it. And I don't really lose much from Fini coming in, realistically. Yes, you get to activate your Seed. Not really too big of a deal for me. We will get a Sacred Sword off. And Specs Moongeist Beam probably activates Barrier. That's like the one unfortunate part. But again, Zygarde's not doing much damage. I always have him on top as a switch, and I don't really feel that bad about my position. Ooh, and Feeny actually... Zygarde's setting up, but it's only at neutrals, and it's still really not doing that much damage. Kind of want to chip away at the Zygarde. I want to put it in range out of its... Maybe I should... I want to put it in range of Xerneas Moonblast, because I am modest max special attack. I think I'm going to go for a Sacred Sword into the Zygarde and Moongeist Beam the Feeny. I could see Incineroar coming back in, yeah, for the Feeny, which makes sense. I don't really mind that because I think Sacred Sword will still be able to knock out the Incineroar after this Moongeist Beam, so really my opponent's still not in that great of a position regardless. And I always have Hitmontop as a switch in, and I can easily just switch into Hitmontop for one of these slots. And I want to cover... Wow, that actually didn't do much. Well, Intimidated. We do ignore the defense because we were intimidated, so yeah. Maybe I should just went for... Well, yeah, I think I'm okay regardless. We're going to see the Zygarde coil up again. It's, again, fine. You have to fake out my... You have to fake out my Kartana. You're either going to fake out my Kartana or you're going to hard double back into Feeny. I think my best play is still going Hitmontop regardless and just protecting. Because of the fact that I'm just going to be able... I think I'll Leaf Blade the Incineroar the following turn. Yeah. I think I'm going to Leaf Blade the Incineroar the following turn. If you don't already hard switch into Feeny. Because I don't want to let Feeny come in for free. Yeah, you're just going to stay in with the Incineroar, so I'm guessing you're going to fake out the Kartana, or maybe Flare, but it's hard directly. We are just going to say fake out into that slot, and we are going to see 8,000 arrows come out. Okay. It's neutral. Hitmontop still takes a decent amount. The question is, how much damage do I want to take with Hitmontop? I wonder what the last Pokemon is. I have to say it would be Solgaleo. I really just want to go for the Leaf Blade in Incineroar. And I think hard Xerneas. If I go hard Xerneas, I'm trying to think. If I get the K on Feeny, your Solgaleo could come in, which is not optimal for me. I think I always go Lunala again. And I'm going to Leaf Blade the Incineroar. I am going to go a bit aggressive here. Yeah, because Incineroar is going to retreat. Feeny should be coming out. Or Solgaleo on my opponent's side, which works too. I don't really mind that either. Moongeist Beam should probably knock out my opponent's Incineroar at the range it's at, so I think I'm in a pretty good spot. Like, a lot of Pokemon are going to be threatened by my Moongeist Beam, and we even see the Zygarde Protect. That's perfect for me, because now I'm threatening a powerful Moongeist Beam into the Solgaleo slot. Incineroar can't really switch in, it looks like. I don't think it's taking another hit. So I guess we'll just Moongeist Beam the Solgaleo. I guess the problem is I do have to worry about how much power points I have for my Moongeist Beam. I kind of want to go hard Xerneas. The reason I want to go hard Xerneas is I want to reset Kartana and I want to have pressure against the Zygarde, because with this position that I'm in right now, Moongeist Beam threatens to knock out Incineroar, Solgaleo, and Feeny, and I could set up a Geomancy pretty easily since the Zygarde's only at neutral attack, so it's not doing too much damage to me. So right now, I'm in a fantastic position because I can set up a Geomancy here, which is what I am going to aim for. We're going to see Solgaleo retreat. Something's coming in. I don't think you're taking this. Yeah, like, I was doing way too much damage. I feel like I was doing like 35% every time. So that's fine for me. I will be able to get a Moongeist Beam up. If this knocks out Incineroar, we're in a really solid shape here. Yeah, we're in a really solid shape. Yeah, goodbye Incineroar. It doesn't have as much bulk as previous Incineroars that I've seen because of the fact that it does run a ton of speed. 1,000 arrows is going to be fired off. It's not going to do much damage. Yeah, like, I mean, it did a decent amount, but it wasn't really like anything that was significant. So pretty good spot here for me, because now I can set up Geomancy and easily just Moongeist Beam the Feeny slot, and it looks like I get to do that. I'm guaranteed to be faster unless it's a Choice Scarf Feeny, and even if it's a Choice Scarf Feeny, well, I guess Self Swagger would be pretty bad, but I could go into Hitmontop, rotate, Intimidates. We'll just Moongeist Beam, and also my opponent's answer to Kartana is very limited now. We'll just Geomancy. As, yeah, Moongeist Beam into Geomancy, because I don't want to Moonblast and it procs the complete form, the Power Construct, as we do knock out Feeny. Nice. And then 1,000 arrows once again. And then next turn I just fire off Moonblast plus Moonblast, and that's gonna be game. The power of the moon. Alright. Yeah, so basically I think the big turn was just me doubling out a Lunala here. Well, let's see if you crit me. Well, a crit's not gonna knock out either one of my Pokemon. Might affect my Xerneas, which puts in extreme speed range, but even then, like, you lost a recovery option at this point, and yeah, critical hit doesn't affect either. Don't be like a choice scarf on the Solgaleo, please. And yeah, there's no way Solgaleo's living a Moongeist Beam from my Lunala at this range. And we'll go for the Moonblast. Even if it's like a Solid Vest Solgaleo, I'm fine with the outcome regardless, because I think Artana can win at this point next to Hitmontop. So, especially if I just get the damage on the Solgaleo. So, we're going to see Wide Guard, which doesn't affect anything because I don't have Dazzling Gleam, and I wouldn't go for Dazzling Gleam in this position anyway. Moonblast's going to come out. Does knock out the Zygarde. And then Moongeist Beam should finish off this Solgaleo, and that would be good game to my opponent. Yeah, so I guess maybe my opponent was banking. Well, you should be able to tell I'm Specs Lunala at this point, so I had no reason to really go for Gleam there anyway. We will be able to finish out Solgaleo. That's going to be a good game. I think the big turn there was me doubling back into my Lunala because I was always worried about Solgaleo coming out. Because the thing I was worried about Solgaleo coming out, it was that Trick Room option. Because, again, my team's a little bit weak to Trick Room here. So I felt like if my opponent got Trick Room up, I wasn't going to be in a good spot. So what I wanted to do there was cover for Solgaleo coming in. Because I always wanted to have pressure against Solgaleo to deny that Trick Room. And that's mainly the reason why I doubled back in the Lunala. Even though I could have went for like a Fake Out, for instance, I felt like it was fine. And Specs Lunala was just putting in so much pressure. And that moment where I was just able to set up the free Geomancy because my opponent gave me like damage on every single one of his mons to the point where Lunala KO'd all of them. I didn't have to worry about Zygarde because I kept intimidating it. So yeah, that's the thing about Zygarde. It's a really slow setup mon, and if it's not setting up, it's a big problem. And if I can just leave Zygarde alone and target down the other things while negating its damage and setup, it's really not doing too much on the field. And that's like one of the flaws with Zygarde. As you saw, I left it completely natural in its 50% form instead of activating the Power Construct, and that's just so Xerneas could always KO it after a +2, even if you're +1 seed boost. So yeah, that's the main reason. And I really feel good about how I played that game overall. I think again, Lunala was just able to put in a ton of work there, and I think my positioning was pretty good in that match as well. We got 1556 rated player from Japan. Same team. What did I lead again? I led him on top Lunala, right? Yeah, that's what I'm doing again. That's the reason why I don't think Zygarde's that good, especially with Hitmontop on this team. Instead of like Incineroar, Wide Guard just like shuts down Zygarde even further, as well as the Incineroar. And that's why I like Hitmontop on this team. Let's say I had an Incineroar on this team, my own Incineroar matchup would be pretty bad because I can't threaten it with a close combat while my Hitmontop can. I think it's the same game plan against this. Yeah, it's the same game plan basically. It's the same team. Let's see if my opponent plays it differently, because I still don't think he brings Zygarde in this matchup. It's just, I guess since you don't, I mean, Solgaleo is good enough, I think, to deal with Toxicroak, especially next to Incineroar. So, I don't know. I don't think Zygarde's that good against my team. I think I agreed with the first time we played this team. With this team, it was my opponent brought the Solgaleo, Toxicroak, Feeny, Incineroar. I think that's the mode that should be gone against this team. Venusaur doesn't do anything against my team realistically, and neither does Zygarde, as we saw in the last match. It was pretty pathetic, and it just gave me so much momentum damage-wise. I also wonder if this Toxicroak carries Sucker Punch like the last one, because I didn't even know that was a thing. I guess it's over Feint. Yeah, it'd have to be over Feint, right? You need Fake Out, you need Poison Jab or a Poison Move, you need Low Kick. Yeah, it has to be over Feint. I gotta be careful though, because if Sucker Punch is the common on Toxicroak for this team, I do have to be a little bit cautious of that, because it could be really scary. Because if Lunala gets put in range, I'm not really that good against Toxicroak, so we'll see how this goes. We'll lead Hitmontop Lunala here against the Incineroar Toxicroak. That's a really curious lead. That's a really curious lead. Um, we don't even know the speeds. Going for knockoff. You're gonna fake out my Hitmontop knockoff, I'm assuming, but you would trade your Toxicroak for damage on my Lunala. I'm not exactly too sure what my opponent's really gonna go for. I think I'm just gonna close combat the Incineroar. I think I would want to go Kartana here. The reason I want to go Kartana is because of the fact that, one, at the worst, it's taking knockoff. I don't need my Sash in this game realistically. It's not really that important. Two, if you're gonna go for the fake out, I could just rotate into my Lunala, and this next time I get to go for like Side Shock, Sacred Sword, have a lot of pressure against my opponent, or I could go Xerneas here, because I could Sacred Sword into Moonblast potentially. I kind of want to go Lunala though. I think I will go Lunala. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Lunala as a play here. U-turn. Okay. Not the play I was expecting, but that I think works out for me because I don't see a safe switching from my opponent if it is the Feeny and Solgaleo on the back. I'd assume it's both of those in the back. I don't see Zygarde in this matchup, and I really don't see Venusaur. So you'd have to force one out to come out here, and it's not really threatening me. We're gonna see Feeny come in. Okay. Again, I'm not really too worried about the Toxic. I don't know. It depends on if Feeny has Protect. They don't really carry Protect usually. I kind of want to double up one of these slots with either Toxicroak, Sacred Sword, and a Moongeist Beam, or I want to Leaf Blade, Moongeist Beam the Feeny. And I kind of want, I'm leaning towards Moongeist Beam and Leaf Blade the Feeny, because if I can get rid of Feeny, that means my opponent's recovery option is very limited, especially next to Solgaleo. So I think I'll go for that. Yeah, we're gonna see the Toxicroak switch out into Incineroar. That's kind of what I expected. It depends on if Feeny has Protect though. I would assume you don't really have room for Protect. I feel like you need Swagger, Heal Pulse on this team, and I think Icy Wind, Moonblast are staples. But it does have Protect. That changes things. Okay. So I should have just Sacred Sword and Moongeist Beam. I was worried about an Icy Wind coming out, but I guess Icy Wind would have been the worst case for me. Yeah, I should have thought about the risk versus reward. It having Protect was definitely not what I was anticipating, but we can make it work. I'm just going to go Hitmontop here, get the Intimidate off, and I'm going to Sacred Sword the Incineroar. Again, weakening Incineroar is the prime objective of this team, and if I can get it, yeah, if you're gonna do anything, I think switching out Toxicroak makes sense because you also avoid the Side Shock of losing your Toxicroak. So yeah, maybe I should have just anticipated that. But if I could have got rid of Feeny, I was in a really good spot with my Hitmontop, so that's the main reason I wanted to go for that. Where did my opponent U-turns out into your Solgaleo? You're gonna withdraw Feeny, it looks like, into Toxicroak. That's fine. Probably just to try and attempt to take the Leaf Blade. Now I don't know what you're doing here. I think you're more threatened by Lunala, but you're also threatened by this, yeah, you're gonna target down. Okay, that's fine. You're gonna target down my Kartana, that's okay. Barry? Just barely. Okay, this got tricky real fast. I do want to go Xerneas here. You think helping a Moonblast is to play into the Incineroar? I don't think you're gonna go for Poison Jab here, if anything. I kind of want to double out Hitmontop in the Lunala, and I want to go for a Moonblast into the Incineroar, and I think I'm gonna make that play actually. I could see two plays. One, you're going to fake out my Hitmontop and do something with Incineroar, maybe a Roar potentially, or the other play is to go into Solgaleo here for your Incineroar and just fake out Probably I would say fake out my Xerneas, but we'll see what comes out here. I don't think I'm in the worst spot, but yeah, it's definitely not a comfortable spot. We're gonna see the fake out does target on the Lunala. I will get a Moonblast off. I assume Roar. Because would you let me get a free Geomancy here is the question. Oh, U-turn. Okay, that's fine too. Breaks my Shadow Shield, but not the worst case. Because now I think the Incineroar is in range of my Moongeist Beam, which is pretty big. Yeah, that's pretty big. So let's see what my opponent's going to bring out here. Feeny or Solgaleo. You're not bringing out Solgaleo. I would assume it's the Feeny. At this range, though, almost all my opponent's Pokemon are in range of Moongeist Beam, except the Feeny right now. And Feeny will go down to double target. Man, I'm really regretting not going for the Sacred Sword earlier with it, onto the Toxic Croak when I switched in Incineroar. That would have probably been more beneficial for me. We already see Feeny come out. I mean, I don't think Sucker Punch would knock out Lunala from Toxic Croak if my opponent does have it. I don't even know if he would go for that. I could trick the Feeny. Not sure if that's worth it either. I'm thinking of going Hitmontop and just Moonblasting the Feeny for a 2 KO potentially. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think it's the safest play for me. Yeah, I'm going to make that play. I'm going to make this play just because of the fact that I really don't want to deal with Sucker Punch if that's the case. I really don't think it's worth dealing with it. We'll see what comes out here. No, we're just going to see Toxic Croak retreat in Incineroar. Makes sense, yeah. That's fine too, I guess. At this point, we saw U-turn. You would have to assume knockoff on this Incineroar. The Lunala matchup seems pretty bad. I could Geomancy. Ooh, that's bulky. Heal Pulse. That's okay for me though, right? Yeah, that's okay for me, I think. At this point, I'm -1 to Hitmontop, right? Yeah. I don't think you would carry Haze on this team. I think I could get a Geomancy up. And at this point, I really just don't assume that the Incineroar carries Roar. Because I feel like if you had Roar, you would have went for it earlier in the game when my Xerneas had an opportunity to Geomancy. So I'm going to Geomancy now. Just fake out the Incineroar. We're going to see the Feeny retreat here. Is that Solgaleo? Probably should have doubled out then. That was also another thing I was a little bit worried about. We will fake out. I mean, I have sub pressure. And at this point, actually, hold up. I think it depends on if that Toxic Croak has Sucker Punch or not, because right now I'm actually liking my position because now I can go for a... Because now Incineroar is in range of my Moonblast, right? It is. And I could sub here and I could close combat the Incineroar slot and try to let my... Actually, I don't even need damage in the Incineroar. It does go down to Moonblast at that range. I'll go for close combat and I think substitute. Yeah, I'd rather go for sub here. Because if I can get a free sub, that's amazing for me. And yeah, I think close combat should allow me to put Solgaleo in range of a helping hand Moonblast. So that's what I'm going for. And if I get a free switch, that would be amazing for me. We're going to see the switch out from the Incineroar and the Feeny. Okay. Interesting. Wonder what my opponent's game plan is. Do you have light screen? Are you going to try to bait me into going for that? We will get a sub up. And I'm faster than Solgaleo. That's good information. Unless it's Trick Room coming out. That did nothing. That did absolutely nothing. It is Trick Room, okay. I don't know if you're going to go for Heal Pulse or if you're going to attack. I want to go for Helping Hand Moonblast though, because if I can get the knock on Solgaleo, if it's not as bulky, I do want to go for that play. Yeah, I kind of forgot my earlier goal of never letting Solgaleo come in. Should have probably went back in Lunala at that point. Lunala would have been a pretty good play, I think. Lunala would have just threatened a lot from my opponents, so Yeah, not exactly the best situation for me, but I don't think it's the worst either. It just depends on what kind of investment the Solgaleo has, as well as the Feeny. Also, we don't know the speed tiers. I don't think Moonblast from Feeny would break my sub. Nature's Madness is a different story, though. And if we don't heal pulse, I'm in a decent spot. Sunsteel Strike. I also could have stalled out by Protect subbing, but if you call one of those Protects and target my Hitmontop and then bet at spots, I'd rather go for this play. We are going to see Xerneas get targeted here. Can I win with Hitmontop plus Lunala potentially? Ooh. Oh, that's aggressive for my opponent. That is super aggressive. Let's see. Helping Hand, modest, max special attack. That is damage, my friends. That is damage. Awesome. I'm still not out of the woods yet, though. Because Incineroar's coming out. Well, you can't sell Swagger, though. Here's the thing. You can't sell Swagger yourself like that. Toxicroak gonna come out. Who's faster, Toxicroak or Incineroar? I think that's the question. I mean, Toxicroak or Feeny. Because if you have Swagger, that's gonna be problematic. I want to go for a +2 Moonblast and a Toxicroak. Do I want to go for a Feeny or a Toxicroak? Toxicroak is going to be a +1 after this turn, but I won't be able to KO it, which is a problem. I think I'm going to target on Feeny. I don't want Heal Pulse onto Incineroar later in the game because that's going to be problematic for my team. I'd rather go Lunala here. Because I can also threaten the Toxicroak the following turn. We're just going to see Fake Out, so Fake Out Swagger. Yeah, okay. That also was a play I was anticipating, and this works out for me. Let me see, how many turns of Trick am I left? Multiple turns. I don't need Lunala to win this game anymore. I think I'm just going to go for Psyshock and Protect. Because you have to have Sucker Punch with Toxicroak right now in order to come back in this game. And even if you don't, I think I'm in a pretty good spot regardless right now. Because even if you knock out Lunala, I just get a free switch and Hitmontop. Well, I guess if you Sucker Punch, go out in a Feeny for Incineroar, but that's very specific. Otherwise, I just don't think you have a way to knock out Lunala. You have to have Sucker Punch right now. We're going to see Feeny retreat, and Incineroar should be coming up. Yep. Oh, do you have Sucker Punch? Should I have gone Hitmontop and protected? No, it wouldn't have changed anything. Let's see. Do you have Sucker Punch? Okay, it's just Poison Jab. That is good. That is good. Because now we get Psyshock into the Toxicroak. Yeah. Like, I felt like if he had Sucker Punch, he would have tried to caught me off guard earlier in the game. Which is why I felt like my play was safe. But if that was a Sucker Punch, that might have been just game, I think. Because he could have faked out with Incineroar into my Hitmontop, and you could have just went for Poison Jab and a Feeny. I probably would have needed a double protect. Feeny comes out now. Just switch out to Hitmontop is pretty obvious. And I guess we just attempt to Moonblast here. The Incineroar, I guess, because Feeny's in range of Moongeist Beam. The match is just going to be forfeit because it looks like my opponent knows there's probably no way out. Probably doesn't have attack that could finish off the game. So we do end up pulling out 2 victories against the same team. The second one, I felt like I definitely played a bit worse. I do feel like those combinations of Pokemon were definitely more troubling. But luckily we were still able to pull through just because of how I felt like my opponent could have caught me off guard. And then just assuming that they didn't have the tools. Because I feel like if you did have the tools like that Sucker Punch as I mentioned earlier, you would have attempted to go for it. Also, we never knew what the Incineroar's... I guess maybe the Incineroar doesn't need knockoff. It kept going for U-turn, right? U-turn, Flare Blitz, and Fake Out. That's all we saw. So I don't know. But I felt like if you had Roar, you would have went for it earlier in the game. Well, I guess at that point, it didn't matter if you had Roar. I think the substitute on Xerneas was clutch, though. Yeah, substitute on Xerneas was clutch because I was able to buy a turn while my opponent was playing passive and trick rooming. So substitute Xerneas coming out clutch, and just me getting the helping hand Moongeist beam. I think maybe just it was greedy of my opponent trying to get the self swagger, but maybe my opponent was just trying to set up to KO Lunala later in the game. But hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Back Battles. If you did enjoy, please leave a like down below, shows the support. And if you want to see a potential QR code of this team, 175 likes is that like goal. On this video and all the other videos, we use the Xerneas Lunala team, and if we hit it within 2 weeks of the final episode being uploaded, we will have a QR code of this team. Otherwise, you can check out my social media down below. That was a weird phrase, but you can check out my social media down below, as well as the side series on the channel, all that other good stuff. Feel free to leave a comment down below as I do read them. Follow me on my Twitch channel for awesome VGC 2019 live streams. I know I haven't been that active lately, but hopefully after Brazil is finished, I'll be able to basically just come back and do some nice chill streams for everyone. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.